I'm Dr. Hanif, Assistant Editor at Dental News Pakistan, and I'm so excited to welcome you all to this live session, Ways to Up Your Online Presence in COVID-19. I'm so thrilled to welcome our speaker, Dr. Saman Hayat Soomro. She is Associate Dentist at Dental Art Clinic and a famous name in the world of social media. She's content creator at Stroll with Saman, and her engaging and unique aesthetic content helps Saman to build her following. With nearly 30K followers on Instagram, Dr. Saman also enjoys collaboration with multinational companies. And here we have with us today. So, Dr. Saman, please join us in the video. And hello.
Hi, Assalamu alaikum. Hello, everybody. I hope I'm visible to everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Kya haal chal hai sabke? So I'm very excited to be a part of this live session. This is the first time I'm doing something like this. And I'm excited to see what questions I have, what questions I received from you guys today.
The first one is obviously about the ways that dentists can actually up their online presence in these times, because the whole situation is that everyone's at home and the OPDs are closed, so people are like thinking about the ways how to actually up their game on online, so who will be more perfect than you to ask all these questions from. So what's your insight into all of this? Yeah, so what's your insight into all of this?
See, when this whole situation started and there was lockdown, initially it wasn't that problematic, but slowly after some time, people started coming up and inboxing me a lot of questions about their dental health problems and about specific issues that they were facing. And that's when I realized that, okay, it's very important to for dentists to actually have platforms like these so that they can interact with patients through an online network. And we don't really take care of that in the normal days because we feel it's okay, we can ask them to come for consultation at the clinic. But when a situation like this hits us, that's when we realize this is very important. So online presence is actually very important, and having an audience also really helps you, even with your, it's very beneficial even with your clinic as well, even with your, your personal, I would say, satisfaction. So online, making a presence online could be help. First of all, you need to find your platform, whatever platform suits you. So for example, Instagram suits me the best, and I think it's very user friendly and easier to start with. However, people are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, whichever platform you like. Then you also need to find out what kind of people do you need you to follow. So there's several ways of doing that. First of all, you need to follow the people who you think would be in the same audience as you are. So for example, if you are a dentist and you are a maxillofacial surgeon, then you should follow a lot of maxillofacial surgeons, and that way when you can actually reach out to them as well, that we need to collaborate with you, and I've been watching your work for a long time. Because if you see, there are a lot of videos online where people are actually performing and doing procedures and they're showing what they've done. So in this way, you can also, be a part of that. You can tell them that you want to collaborate and you want to be a part of it as well. And this way, the audience that gets to them can actually get to you. So it's a win-win situation. Apart from that, when you post a picture on your Instagram or Facebook, use relevant hashtags to make sure that your post gets a lot of reach. Hashtags are very important. With Instagram, you get 30 hashtags in one post. So make sure that your post is relevant to the hashtags that you're using. For example, if you're doing, let's say, an RCT and you want to show your clinical case to the audience, what you do is you choose relevant hashtags like RCT, root canal, whatever you can, endodontist, whatever you can, to ensure that when people search that specific hashtag, your post pops up. And it is not a very fast journey. I know it takes a lot of time to build an audience, but you need to start somewhere. And I think this is the best part. This is the best option for you to start, because nowadays we're actually at home and we can make use of this time as productively as we can. Apart from that, you can also boost your posts. That's basically, you need to sponsor your posts on Instagram and Facebook. You need to pay them to make sure that your post uh, is able to target the audience that you specifically want to. So when you try to boost it, it's going to give you options that select the audience. So you can select an age bracket, you can select the people searching for specific words, and so on. When you do it, you're going to realize it's going to take you some time, but when you start doing it, you'll realize how to go about it. Apart from that, I would say that use your current patients, use your current patient data to actually, I mean, not using their data, but like, you probably have their numbers, you probably have their email addresses, because it's a part of your data, right? So just try to reach out to them and tell them that you've started a new page for online consultations. Try to benefit the audience as much as you can. Uh, Apart from, I personally do it for free, Saya, because I feel like I I feel at this level, where people are you in lockdown and they actually need help where they can't really receive it. So try giving them help without any monetary benefits right now, because that's what will make your audience grow as well, and it will also create public awareness. So you're basically contributing to the society. So at this level, I would say try helping out people by telling them that you've started a page and you're giving online consultations. You'll be sharing out your cases. If they're interested, they can follow you here and attach a link. When that message rolls out, you're actually going to get a lot of people from your current patient list to actually follow you back on Instagram and Facebook. So these are some of the points that I think would really help you building an audience on social media.
Yeah. Also, Saman, there's a lot of misinformation going around. If we are talking about online and all these portals, there's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of fiction. There's like it's literally very impossible to actually kind of differentiate from the facts and the fiction. It's practically impossible. So,
Yeah.
what are the ways that you find that we can actually do this?
So when you're online, you need to realize that you're actually going to get false information and you're also going to get the truth. It's like it goes both ways, but you need to figure out which information is false and which is not. First of all, I'd like to advise everybody to stop forwarding every WhatsApp message they receive. Even my dad sent a WhatsApp message to the family group, which was not related to dentistry in any way. And I was like, why did you do that? So I tried to explain him, and then he understood that he shouldn't be forwarding anything and everything to
Yeah.
every group. So this is something that we need to change, especially our parents, because obviously our parents are from a generation that need to understand that not everything can be sent forward without being authenticated. So now, actually, government of Pakistan is doing a great job. They have an app on for your phones, which is called COVID-19 Government PK. So that's an app. I'll write the exact name. I'll give the exact name to Mother, and I think she can share that to the Instagram story. So that is an app that government of Pakistan has introduced to make sure that you don't get any false information and everything you get is from the real sources. See, sources is the most important thing when you're talking about information, because you can't just forward your father's message just because you think that the source is reliable. No, you need to make sure that the source is from the person who knows what they're doing. WHO, they're doing everything. They know what is going in, what is going out. They know the exact number of cases. They know how you can protect yourself. So go to WHO's website. I actually, when I write stuff on Google, I make sure that I write the source next to it. So for example, if I'm searching COVID-19, I'm going to write WHO next to it so that I get the website directly from their access, and I can know exactly what's happening instead of going into the false rumors and getting myself distracted.
Hmm. Uh, See, when we are talking about online content and everything, we know that there is certain limitations, right? We cannot just plagiarize everything. We cannot just take what is there and what is not. So, what's your feedback onto it? How do you want to,
So
comment on that?
I really liked that you introduced me saying content creator. So I tell people that I am a content creator. So why does those two words matter a lot? Because I am creating my own content. That is what makes me different with a lot of people who are just distributing their content. Now you need to understand creating means something that you do yourself. So for example, if you are creating a page, then everything you post on that page should be your property. It shouldn't be my property. You can't just post my clinical cases on your platform, or you can't use my clinic pictures on yours. Same thing, likewise, I can't do the same. So you need to make sure that whatever you're posting on your pages has to be your own property, and nobody else can strike a copyright claim on that, because that's also something that can get you into trouble. If you, even when we make videos, we make sure that the audio we use is copyright free, because actually people can, the owners of those of that music can actually strike a copyright claim, and they can actually take off your entire page. So just imagine you gain 30K followers, and with one stupid mistake, you actually lose everything that you've done so far. So never use anybody else's pictures, even for your websites. Don't do it, because like it's going to go to waste, and you're going to get into trouble.
Yeah. Okay. So, see, if we all talking about the positive aspects of social media and all of that, how can you say that the dental students, or the junior people, can actually make use of the social media and this time as well? What are your tips from that?
See, I mentioned that in the interview I gave you as well, and I think that this is a very, very important thing for students to actually come right now and join social media. If you see, not many Pakistani dental students are on social media right now, but there are hundreds and hundreds of social media students abroad which are actually doing such great things in life, and I think we should actually learn from them. Now, if you see that. Students are already okay, so the one thing that I feel that Pakistani students lack is confidence. They just think that, what if they share something on their page which is about dentistry, but which is incorrect. So they need to understand that being students is the only time that they can actually be forgiven. Once they're not students, they will never be forgiven for it, because they're actually BDS holders and they're dentists, and they will never be forgiven for what they're doing. But as students, they're learning. So they can make mistakes, they can, do a lot of things that might not be correct. But at the same time, they can actually learn from it. So for example, even if they're posting something wrong, let's say, the seniors can come out and help them and tell them that this is wrong. Don't do this like this. And also, if they create an audience at this level while they're students, then you need to understand that when they're actually professional dentists, and after 10 years or so, when they're actually successful, their social media will be helping them be 100 times more successful than they actually would be in another way. So I feel like social media can actually guarantee you a lot of success, because it would increase the number of patient inflow. It would increase awareness. It would make you collaborate with such news platforms and such magazines, and it would make you out there, which would actually give you a feeling of satisfaction as well. And it would also help you academically as well, because it will help you reach out to a lot of people who are seniors and who are in the same field, and you can actually learn from them, and you can actually imply that, and you actually can show them your cases. I personally know somebody who actually showed their own case to a very famous endodontist abroad, and they actually got back to them. So you can actually help and others, and you can also learn a lot of things. So I think it's very important.
Acha, we actually are talking about content creation. We're talking about online presence. It's all right. We all have certain reasons why we want to up our game on online, online
Hmm.
platform. But is there something that we can get out of it, like as in financial revenue or something? Because
Oh,
if,
of
if is
course.
it something that can be possible?
Of course, I could gladly say that I earn more through my social media career than my dentistry career. so,
Hmm.
so I would definitely say that financially, you can actually do a lot better than you would have been doing if you were just doing dentistry alone. Now, see, as many more ways as you have of earning money, it's always better. So people are actually doing dentistry, but they're also doing businesses. So this is actually this is actually a business where you're an entrepreneur and you have a page of your own, and you can actually collaborate with a lot of brands, dentistry related brands. A lot of brands. Okay? I don't want to name brands. I don't know if I'm allowed to, but like I have actually collaborated with a lot of dental brands and toothbrushes, toothpaste. There are a lot of brands that can actually help you pay you for just putting out a post. So you need to realize that this can actually help you a lot. With YouTube, if you have an audience on YouTube, you can actually monetize your YouTube channel, and you can start earning through the number of views you get. I started YouTube around. Properly, I started around December, and I monetized my channel in Feb. I could easily monetize my channel in Feb because of the audience I reached. So with you guys also, I feel like if you start now, within a few months, you can monetize your channel. You can start receiving YouTube payments. So definitely do it if you want to earn financially. I mean, if you want to do something financially as well.
Okay. See, we actually have this question right now. Someone's asking that, what is the aspect of teledentistry? Can it be done through social media? Is it a good option?
Of course, why not? I mean, the future is videos, the future is social media, the future is internet. Where we were struggling to, connect to cybernet back in the old days. Now we have fast speed internet. We have a live video where we're talking to each other. I mean, you can actually talk to your patient through a live video, and you can actually they can actually show you the problem right there and then, and you can do online consultations. So why not? It actually is the future, and the future is now.
Yes, Dr. Saman. See, this question was something that was actually coming up into my mind, so I was thought to add this as well, because since we are in this coronavirus situation and the lockdown is all there, uh, as a content creator and also as someone who has reach among masses on a very basic level, how are you actually looking at the situation? How are you perceiving all of this?
Which situation? The lockdown situation?
Yeah, because obviously you have the kind of interaction with the people. So, how is the whole situation
See,
you're looking at right now?
see, I we so when this whole coronavirus thing came to Pakistan and the whole situation got worsened, we were added into a WhatsApp group specifically directly from the government because they were talking to leading influencers and they wanted to convey information which was authentic. So they made a WhatsApp group and they started putting on messages there. And they have actually told us this very clearly that this is going to be a lifestyle change. You can't just think that next month coronavirus is going to go away and everything's going to be solved. No, this is not happening. So we need to understand this is going to be a lifestyle change. You need to maintain social distance. You need to stay away from people. You need to stay home as much as you can. You need to avoid going to restaurants, cinemas, malls, because this is something that is going to be there for a long time, and we need to adapt and change our lifestyle accordingly. So with dentistry also, I feel like as much as people were coming in for consultations earlier will not be coming on now, as much as people would be advised to do online consultations, do consultations through phone, videos, or any means through online platforms, because this is the future. You need to avoid as much as human contact as possible, and then of course the protocols, safety protocols while you're treating a patient is going to be very and highly important. You can't risk a single, I mean, not even a single mistake, because that's going to be directly proportional to you causing a damage to yourself.
Hmm.
So this is something you need to take care of.
Dr. Saman, we have actually reached the very end of our session. Any last words for your listeners?
No, I just want to know if people have any questions. If people think that they don't want to ask right now, if people want to ask me later, whatever, they can actually follow me on Instagram, Stole with Saman, and they can ask me and they can, take help as much as you can, because I would love to help and I'm there to help. And I'm so glad that I had this session with you and Dental News. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you. And with that, we have actually reached the very end of our session. Thank you, Dr. Saman, for taking time out of your busy schedule and guiding us through your knowledge. I hope the listeners had enjoyed the session as well. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Bye.